awesome. So big shout outs once again to Facebook Gaming, Community Gaming as we get ready into the other side of winter semis. It's your boy. It's the best Ness. It's Send versus Waka, who was putting in some work recently. Did he just get a decent online W not that long ago, as a matter of fact?
I think so, yeah. He's taking a juice box at one point, I'm pretty sure.
I think it was a week ago, right?
Yeah, maybe. It wasn't this week, that's for sure. But yeah, no, this is actually probably going to be one of the more contested matchups in this bracket. I mean, Waka is a very fantastic Luigi player from Mexico. Also has a pretty wild duck hunt as well. So definitely covers two kind of gimmicky characters that cover two entirely different styles. So it's going to be interesting to see how Waka plays around here. But like you mentioned before, the best Ness, Send himself, literally probably has some of the best and most experience against any character in the Wi-Fi. So, and not even just that, but they're a fantastic player offline too. They just practice this game, they grind it out. So Waka's going to have their hands full.
Exactly. I will get the one thing that can be kind of a struggle for Luigi as a whole is they hate zoners, and they hate people who could do keep away very well, much like Ness, and we see him closing out with that back air. Ness has that good short hop aerial coverage game that could kind of annoy Luigi, but Waka, being one of those strong players from Mexico, playing this character, understands how to deal with those types of play styles, and he just knows how to get in, much like this, the sledge trap, that edge guard, Skiff. That is not at all how I expected that stock to go. All he did was just poke away, keep Ness off stage, and seal the deal.
Listen, Waka is a bit unconventional in the way that he does some things with Luigi. I feel like we don't see a lot of other Luigis do what he does, like we just saw right there. He does a lot of crazy stuff. He does a good job of harassing a player in a really disadvantageous spot. So we're gonna have to see exactly how well he can play that type of game. But again, Send kind of just knows his way around this matchup more than a lot of other people might.
Yeah, I like what Waka's doing. He's been throwing out a lot of short hop fireballs to bait Send to use side magnet or try to jump, and he's not bursting in right away. He's trying to get data on how often Send likes to jump after that so he can run up and get the hit. Problem is, though, Send saw through it, and now he gets in himself. And this is where things can struggle for Luigi, because once you're off stage like this, now you gotta hold this ledge trap where your ledge options aren't that good, and you gotta get by all of this right here. Yeah, there's not much you could do. Perfectly executed by Send.
Yeah, I mean, both of Waka's characters, I think, tend to struggle with Ness in general because Ness does a really good job of just pressing buttons on you, right? Luigi, like, we've already mentioned it. Luigi's got a fireball, which is okay, and then he's got a plunger, right? So, like, you can't really contest a lot of what Ness is doing in the air unless you space out your aerials and time them very well. But the good news is that Waka is doing pretty solid for the most part.
Yeah, I think he's doing a pretty good job. I think the problem is here that he didn't realize that he was running into Home Alone instead, where it seems like Ness just understands how to deal with the plungers, the fire, all of that. He's just struggling. Uses the falling up here to check the PK Thunder. It was actually pretty solid. But Send is just basically playing the game where, and now, like, usually with the lead, you force people to come to you. Send understands that with a borrowed stock, it's more than okay to go ahead and get that damage on because you want to make sure that Luigi has rage before the next stock so he can't zero to death you. But good spot dodge up smash is going to take the stock out. Very well played. He pretty much damage mitigated everything that Waka wanted to do. Luigi doesn't have great approach. You can't get by Ness. I'm curious to see if we even stay on PS2 to run it back. I think we're going to a smaller stage.
Yeah, we might be. And that's the other thing I want to point out too is that I mentioned that Waka has a Luigi and a duck hunt. Like, the duck hunt can handle the zoning a bit more, or, like, just some of the pressure because they can continue to set up traps. But because of Magnet from Ness, that might just be a worse matchup than Luigi. So, yeah, unfortunately for him, he's going to be struggling either way. But this one might just be the easier time overall. Yeah,
and decided to run it right back, too. So, if I'm Waka, I mean, he already started it off stealing what I was going to say. I think you need to play... You need to play mid-range better. You need to run up and get a lot more parries on landings at the aerials. Find simple strings like this. Don't. Oh, well, I mean, that works. Miss angle, PK Thunder 2, that works. Yep. But find those quick punishes that you can. Don't commit to anything that's like too crazy like a whiff grab. And try to play as grounded as possible because every time he went in the air and he used down B, he got punished by PK Fire.
Yeah, no, that's definitely true. I mean, right now, like you've already mentioned, actually, that's the stock, right? That one is for sure.
Yeah,
holy,
after the there, yep.
Yeah, because I didn't think he had his jump, but that's part of the problem with Luigi too. Is Luigi can struggle and just movement in the air. If you take away some of his resources, like if he loses his double jump off stage, like one good edge guard and he's dead. Like that's just what it is.
I mean, bro, just now, he held down B on PK Thunder 2 to hit through the ledge, sent him off stage, and he died for it. Like that That just sucks. You had a really good lead, and all of a sudden, you just get blown up for it. But this can even things right back up. Yes, it can. One whiffed move like that. Don't whiff like that in front of Luigi. It's not a good time.
Yeah, that is the one issue with Luigi. Like, Luigi still struggles in this matchup, but, like, again, if he gets that opening, like we just saw right there, he could very well be lights out for any stock that they're able to get. But we're going to have to see if he can find a way to keep that up right now. Send is doing a pretty solid job, again, of just kind of walling him out here. That was an awkward situation.
Yeah, they're both of them in a pretty awkward scramble right there. But right now, at least Sen walking away with it a bit doesn't find the down smash he's looking for at the ledge. If I'm Sen, I'm not feeling too comfy here though, because we saw what happened before. Oh my God, exactly that! Exactly that! That very first game we talked about how Waka had a large deficit and we weren't sure how he was going to get the kill. Then he got a couple of pokes with down tilt, fair, and just got that really early edge guard. That time, plunger to dare, didn't see that coming, and that ends up getting Waka a game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. He does things that other Luigis like don't seem to do quite as much. And it's not to say like he's better than all the other Luigis, because I mean I'm still gonna hold tight to the fact that Elegant is the Luigi. There is no other. And that's no disrespect to Waka, but Waka definitely like does see other things within his character that I feel like other Luigis just aren't doing. And that was actually a great example. It seems simple, right? But I don't feel like enough Luigis do it.
Yeah, that's why I want to see Waka travel more. Like, I'd love to see Waka actually make it to the States and put in some work, because I think that his approach to advantage is very different than a lot of others. Like, even right here, this looks like what should be a straight-up wash of a stock. It's going to be impossible nearly for him to get back. He does find his one coin to get the trade there, but the ability for him to come back after something like that and find the short strings without committing too hard to anything like a grab, which is what a lot of Luigis will fall into at that point, it's been really good, and he's been keeping the strings very minimal at that. He makes sure that he avoids getting nared at a disadvantage by Ness.
Oh, hang on.
Oh, wait.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's a scary spot to be. No, that's a stock for sure. For both of them, you know what? I guess I'll kind of take that
worth
trade.
it.
Yeah, you were in a bad spot against Send off stage, right? And you somehow found the way to kind of turn it around. You still lost the stock, but you're able to take his stock in the process. Honestly, not a bad trade at all.
Yeah, definitely not, because now you're at 0-0 where Luigi's in advantage. Like, you have to get yourself some damage on the board, and you have to zone Luigi now, because you can't afford to take a grab like this. Now he gets the falling up air string. I prefer that was a really good adjustment on his part, because you know that Send is going to be looking the SDI as quickly as possible out of that there. So you capitalize, you get the 46, you get your damage on, now he gets a ledge here.
Yep, there we go. Like that fireball right after the magnet ended, too. Oh, gotta take a little bit of damage on that PK Thunder, too. Not a big deal, though.
I love the idea. He missed, though. He was trying to use fire. He threw the plunger high to force in the PK Thunder too high. Then threw the fireball at PK Thunder so it would make it stop. And as soon as he was in that free fall, because it would have lost distance, he was going to down air him. That was almost such a good edge guard from Waka.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a pretty solid attempt, too. But, yeah, unfortunately, it just didn't work out. But the fact that he's thinking, man, sometimes that's all you need. You don't need to be great at the game. Sometimes you just need to think.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what will put fear in someone too. Because remember that large lead we had for Send before, and now Send has been having a bit of a hard time forcing these ledge traps where he's been able to beat Luigi at his weakest, which is off stage. Matching out with the down B though, use that invincible move. Go ahead, back off on me, boy. This is actually very, very close here, Skip. This is as even as you could get right now.
Yeah, it's actually a little bit concerning here if you're a Send fan. Honestly, I thought Send was going to come in here, probably, maybe not a 3-0. Oh, God! Just blasted right through that plunger, man. He said, no, I need my pipes clean. Get out of my way.
He has no care for his life expectancy whatsoever. It's like, bro, okay, all right. How many in a row, bro? How many? My man's just cooking. We're at a campfire right now, trying to tell some stories. Good. That's like 8 in a row. That's like 8 in a row. He's all right. There, finally, we see a Nair come out. But he's still. Honestly, I mean, I almost don't disagree with it because, like, what do you have to do? You have to jump over those, which is gonna allow Ness to hit you.
Yeah, no, it's actually, it's like, it's not fun, but it's optimal. Let's be honest here. It's working out. He has like 80%, and that's going to lead to the stock, the forward air to close out the game. Listen, it wasn't the most eventful ending, but it was the one that got him the W.
Hey, bro, sometimes you just got to activate one brain cell, bro. Just go ahead, use the side B. And like you said, it's optimal, right? What are you going to do to get by this? Like, as annoying as it could be, you have proven to me not a single thing that shows me you're gonna get around this. He kept hitting him out of jump. He kept dealing with him over and over again on all of his approaches, and it worked really well. So I don't think that's gonna work the next match, but it definitely helped him seal the deal there.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Waka just kind of kept falling into it. I thought after the first round, we weren't going to see that again, but then Sen just kind of like, hey, you know what? Waka ain't doing the right thing here. I'm just going to keep throwing these out, and we're going to keep cooking his ass, and we're going to take that game 2. But here, getting into the game 4, we'll see if Waka is going to use that flame to try and turn it around here for himself.
Bro, somebody turn the seat warmer off, please, bro. It's starting to get a little bit too hot in here right now. My cheeks are on fire. Let's see what happens here. He needs to get something cooking for sure. Waka had a lot of really good openings. He was able to convert, much like this. But the thing was, at the end, all the short hop play he had kind of got stuffed out because he tried to play a little bit too grounded, which did just get blown up by all those PK fires. So now you see him jumping a lot. He's got to make sure he does that at the range he is. He stick with that. Yeah, there you go. Find him on the side magnet or overcommitting, and then you find the ledge trap, find that one fair, he's dead.
Yep, no, that's just Waka doing the right thing. And again, like using that fireball, like you mentioned earlier, just trying to bait out the magnet. He was able to get the dash attack, which ended up leading to the edge guard there. Just putting Sen in a really off position, losing the stock. That's exactly what Waka needs to be doing for the rest of this game. However, you need to make sure you keep this pressure up. That's a good 44%. But you give Sen the smallest bit of momentum, and the game's over for you.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, that should be a stock right there, covering him after the Luigi missile. You go ahead, you get down there after you force him to recover low. Great job. For Waka, too, he's had a really good lead so far, but Sen is going to be looking to capitalize big off of any swings at a disadvantage now because he's been using a lot of short hop aerials, and I think that's going to play into his factor. You see how he kind of faded back there. He knew that plunger was coming, which is not too good for Waka. Granted, he does find the down B right there, but it's starting to look like Sen is catching on to the habits of how he likes to swing on his way back down.
Oh, that's a tough spot right there. That's what I'm talking about. The momentum can shift in an instant when you're fighting Sen. Look at that. Just was not able to come back to stage. That's 2 stocks in a row for Sen.
Yeah, now two stocks here with Waka on his last one. Oh, never mind. Finds him on a down throw, up B, reads the DI into where he's going. He was still just within range. So even though he's on last game potentially here of winner's side, he can bring this back with one big grab as we see Sen get by with the roll. Waka also needs to be very careful how much he's rolling in. Luigi's love rolling in last stock. That's the one of the main ways they approach you. That's the third one right there. All of a sudden, Sen started to capitalize big.
Yep, okay, there you go. He did get a little lucky there. The Nair got to send him into the stage, but 89% already. Hasn't touched Sen at all in this final stock here. Look at that. He's trying to touch some buttons. He's trying to get something going. Went for a grab once again. Oh, this is not a good spot to be in. Okay, uses the fireball to actually spray the corner. Could that be the stock? No, he finds his way back. Oh my goodness.
Oh my, exactly. That could have been the game right there if Waka was able to get back down. But the falling up air might do it. Yeah, that's gonna take it a little bit too high above mid stage there to get the kill off the top. Waka was almost in a position to possibly steal that game away when Sen got hit by that fireball, was able to recover, got himself back in, moves himself in to winner's final. Skiff.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm talking about. Just some good stuff all around. And honestly, it's just Sen doing Sen things. I'm not surprised. You know, Wi-Fi didn't go anywhere, man. And honestly, knowing what you're doing to be able to, you know, come in and still play at a high level on Wi-Fi, not a bad idea because there's still some pretty solid prize pools.
Yeah, so, I mean, secure the bag, bro. Like,
yeah. Right now he's on his way to secure the bag. He's going to be taking on JaZaR over on the winners finals, which might be interesting. Dr. Mario could do some pretty interesting stuff, can, you know, kill Ness fairly early, but it's one of those things, like, he gets off stage, man, Sen could just ruin him.
Yeah, I think that's going to be one of the biggest parts that's going to be a bit annoying for JaZaR is that Ness loves when people run up on him and you don't really have a great approach tool with Pill by comparison to a lot of other characters, right? Because Ness is going to hop around a lot. He's got the forward smash, we could send it back. He's got options to mitigate that Pill. So what do? You have to be really good at fading in with your back airs and finding your grabs when you can to get your damage on, because you're gonna kill Ness a lot earlier center stage, but Ness is gonna kill you really early off stage. And if you whiff too much, Ness is gonna throw you right to the ledge where you might just die at 20. So that's gonna be really crucial for him to figure out how to deal with that.
Are we getting